Javed, how about you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. Javed, do you ever smile?
Yes.
But I never see you smiling, you know. Okay. Javed, Arad, I hope you are all doing well. Uh, and also, I hope you are enjoying your holiday. And as far as I know, actually, you have holiday for 9 days. And I think that is one of the most, how to say, important holidays in Azerbaijan. I don't know. So anyway, guys, you must be enjoying your holiday and no classes, right? At least daytime if you don't have any extra classes. So Javed Arad, as you know, we have only 4 weeks left. That means that we have 8 hours. Okay, you need to speed up. You need to try to practice more questions. And if you have no questions left, you need to practice the past papers that we have already done, especially the questions from 16 to 25. Once again, you need to practice. Can you solve those questions? Okay, just be a little bit patient and try to practice. At that time, you will see how much improvement you made. Okay, or can you solve the questions without any difficulty? That if you can solve, that means that you made a lot of improvement. Or if you are not, that means if you are still struggling with those questions, then you need to, I would say, do some revision. Last time, as you know, we actually started this. That's our third session talking about this paper. And so quickly, let's finish them, okay, and move to another paper. Okay. I think maybe 4 or 5 questions left from here. That is question 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right. So let's continue with this 21. Okay, Javid, can you read the question and let's do this. We have already done this, Arad, if you remember. Let's do this one more time and move to the next question. Javid, read the question. Let's see what we understand from the question.
The diagram shows a circle with a point D on its diameter AB. If CD is perpendicular to AB, AD equal to 12 centimeters and BD is equal to 3 centimeters, find the length of CD.
Find the length of CD. Okay, and it states that here the diagram shows a circle with a point D on its diameter. So D, actually AB is a diameter.
Should I solve it?
Do you want to solve it?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want, try it. Okay, just 2 minutes. After that, let's discuss this. I don't think it's a difficult question. I don't know. At least it looks easy question, but sometimes easy questions are difficult questions. Let's see. So diameter. Okay. Narmin, welcome. How are you? Is everything okay?
Hello, yes, it is.
We have just started, Narmin. That's the first question, and we are going to finish this paper as quickly as possible. Okay, only 4 questions left. And after that, let's move to the new paper. And you must have already solved this question, Narmin. What do you think? What is the answer?
I don't know the answer.
Really? It's very easy question. I don't know why they put it here in 21.
Is that a 7.5?
7.5?
No, no, I get it back.
Arad, I think you forgot. Actually, if you remember, when we actually studied coordinate geometry, right? If you draw any circle, and if you just draw any two chords, right? Any two chords, doesn't matter. If they intersect each other at 90 degrees, let's say this
Is the
one is
answer
X,
6?
this one is Y, this one is Z, this one is T, length. Then X times Y is equal to Z times T.
Is the answer 6?
Answer is 6, because here it's a chord and this one is 90 degrees. That means that the CD should be equal to DE, right? Because
No,
right
teacher.
angle, that's why. So that means that if this one is X, also this should be X. From here, X times X should be equal to 3 times 12. And from here, what is X? X equals 6. Since it is positive, right? X equals 6. So what is CE? It says CD, right? CD is 6. Now another question, suppose that you forgot this formula. It's not a formula, it's a formula actually, but it's not difficult to remember this. Suppose if you forgot this formula, then how would you solve this? At the time, just what is it? Pythagorean theorem, right? Let's say this one is the center of the circle. So AB is equal to 15. That means that the radius of the circle is 7. So if this part is 3, this part should be 4, not 4. 15.
5.
So this should be 7.5, right? So this should be 4.5. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Now from here, if you just draw this, right? And also this one is 7.5. It's a radius. Now from here, 4.5 squared plus x squared is equal to 7.5 squared. Now from here, what is x squared? On the right hand side, we have 7.5 squared minus 4.5 squared. That's just a squared minus b squared. 7.5 minus 4.5, that's equal to 3 times 7.5 plus 4.5, that's equal to 12. Now we got the same thing. Now from here, what is x? Is equal to 6. Anyway, let's move. Sometimes maybe some, I don't know, for us it's easy, or why actually they put this question here. Anyway, let's move on. The next question, find the values of k for which the equation 2015 x squared minus kx plus k minus 2015 equals 0 has one positive and one negative root. Now, I mean, when a quadratic equation has one positive and one negative root. Yes, Aras.
And when b is 0, when b is negative,
What?
when b is negative,
B.
yes, because b is sorry, it is positive, because the multiples, when you multiply them, you get negative number, and because this b is the multiplication and the sign reversed.
My Wi-Fi is bad. I cannot hear you well. Okay. All right. Yeah, because sometimes, they say Wi-Fi and wife, it's so similar. First, Narmin, I thought it's wife, and I thought, what? Actually, this message coming from what? And I said, oh, Narmin, okay. So, all right, Narmin, it's okay. So here, usually, if you just find the product of the roots of a quadratic equation, that's equal to, what is it? C over A, right? So that means that when this one is negative, that means that one is negative, one is positive. That means that the product is negative. So this should be negative. So here A is positive, 2015. That means that when K minus 2015, that's a constant. When it is negative, the root, one of the roots will be positive, one of the roots will be negative. So that means that when K is less than 2015, one of the roots of the quadratic equation will be positive and the second one will be negative. So the answer is when K is less than 2015. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Javid, what do you think? Do you have any idea about this question? First, read it and tell us. That's also a very easy question. Again, I don't know, maybe tricky question. If you don't know, it's hard. If you know, it's very easy. Javid, read the question and tell us how can we solve this problem.
Find the sum of the coefficients in the expansion of.
Okay. What does coefficient mean, Javid?
Coefficients. How to expand?
What does a coefficient mean? Ara, what is a coefficient?
Like the number which comes before x, or like ABC we have in quadratic equation, that ABC is coefficient.
Okay. So simply coefficient is a numerical part of an algebraic term, right? And how do you form an algebraic term? By multiplying numbers and the variables. That numerical part, we call this a coefficient. Anyway, Javid, do you have any idea how do you find the sum of the coefficients? That means that here 6x squared minus 5x plus 2 cubed times 3 minus 2x plus x squared to the power of 4. If you just expand this, we have a lot of expressions, right? So how many expressions? We will have maybe, and I don't know, more than 15. So what will be the sum of the coefficients of this polynomial? Arad, Narmin, Eldar, this question for everybody. How do you find this?
First find the coefficients like in, and then find the coefficient, then like you found coefficient like 2, then it's to the power of 3, so it would be 8, and then times the second one, then you find the answer.
Say again, how do you find the sum of the coefficients?
Firstly, we find, one second.
No,
Firstly, we find
just tell me, how do you find this?
I found coefficient in here, then to the power of 3.
Okay, what is the
Then
coefficient here?
coefficient in the first one, 3
3?
or 1. Is 2 counting as well?
Okay, I'm just asking the method because here, just one thing, if you're talking about this polynomial, any kind of expression, right? The coefficient, for example, ax squared plus bx plus c. If I ask you what is the sum of the coefficient, what is the sum of the coefficient? Is a plus b plus c, right? And how they calculate is just the value of this polynomial at 1. Because if you substitute 1 for x, as here only coefficients are left. So that is how we calculate the coefficient, the sum of the coefficients of a polynomial function. Let's say this p of x. The sum of the coefficients is just equal to the value of the polynomial at 1. So when it is 1, here we have 6 minus 5 plus 2 to the, cubed. Times, here we have 3 minus 2 plus 1 to the power of 4. Which is equal to 1, 3, it is 27, times 1 plus 1, 2, it is 16. So that's it. 27 times 16, what is it? 27 times 16, that's equal to 432. So the sum of the coefficients of this polynomial function is 432. Simply to find the sum of the coefficients of any polynomial function, just we need to evaluate its value at 1, at x equals 1. Because it makes sense, right? If you just write any polynomial function, in general, p of x, that is a n x to the power of n plus a n minus 1, x to the power of n minus 1, dot, dot. Here we have a 1 x plus a sub 0. And if you evaluate this value at 1, what we have here? A n plus a n minus 1 plus dot, dot, dot plus a1 plus a0, which means that they are just the sum of the coefficients of this polynomial function. Okay, All right, let's move to the next question. Maybe that's the hardest question. Narmin, can you read it for us? And after that, maybe you'll try, okay? And after that, we'll discuss this question. Also, this is actually one famous question or popular question in math Olympiads. Narmin, can you read it or your Wi-Fi is not good? Okay. Arad, you read it.
Albert and Bernard just become friend with Cheryl, and they want to know when her birthday is. Cheryl give them list of 10 possible dates. Cheryl then tells Albert and Bernard separately the month and the day of her birthday respectively. I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but I know that Bernard's does not know too. At first, I didn't know where Cherry's birthday is, but now I know. Then I also know where Cherry's birthday is. So when is Cherry's birthday?
That's a very interesting question, but it's a logical question. It says that Albert and Bernard, let's say A and B, okay, just become friends with C, Cheryl. And that's why intentionally they choose this name. So it's easy, A, B, C. And they don't know when her birthday is. But Cheryl gives them a list of 10 possible dates. July 14, July 16, August 12, August 13, August 15, September 12, September 16, September 17, and October 15, October 17. Cheryl then tells Albert and Bernard separately the month and the day of her birthday, respectively. Okay, we should understand the question well, otherwise, we cannot answer the question. What does it mean? Albert and Bernard, right? Cheryl then tells Albert and Bernard separately the month. It tells the month of her birthday to Albert and the day of her birthday to Bernard, right? So that means that here, if you're talking about this Albert and Bernard, right? And he says that Albert, which one? Maybe July, right? Or August or September and October, right? He just tells one of these 4 months and the day of her birthday respectively. Okay, day means maybe in July, for example, he says, let me just write here, July, August, September, October. Maybe she just says, he didn't say the month, but maybe it is 14 and the 16 and maybe 12 and the 13. Let me just write like this. The smallest one is 12, right? And here we have 14 is here and the 16 is here. Okay. And August, it is 12 and the 13 and the 15 and September 12, September 16 and the 17 and October 15, October 15 and the 17. Okay. So anyway, it just tells one of these numbers, 12, 14, anyway, these numbers to B and one of this month to A. Okay, and let me just read this. I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, right? A is saying, right? Albert is saying, I don't know because it's one of this month. Cheryl's birthday is, but I know that Bernard does not know too. Yeah, it says that then at first I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but now I know. And Albert says that then I also know when Cheryl's birthday is. So when is Cheryl's birthday? Everybody just think for a while, okay, just 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. After that, let's discuss because this kind of questions you need to read once again and after that try to understand. Then after start solving the question.
Can we discuss it now?
Huh?
Can we discuss it now? Because it is impossible.
Is impossible?
Not impossible, but like now it is night and like
Okay. So now, also I don't know really, but here, number one, in our hand we have this list, right? A and B, and Cheryl just gives this list to Albert and Bernard. Okay, July 14, July 16, August, and blah blah blah. Okay, And after that, she just whispers to A. It says, my birthday month, I was born in this month, maybe Jaso. And to Bernard, she tells one of these dates. Okay. So now if you just look at this, actually this A, it contains, let me just use red here. This A, it is here we have 12, here we have 12, right? And also this 15, I have here 15, and also I have here 15. And here we have 16, and also I have here 16, and I have here 17, we have here 17. And here we have 13 and 14. Anyway, so I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but I know what Bernard does not know too. That means that from here, I don't know means actually, uh, at first I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but now I know. Then I also know when Cheryl's birthday is. Okay, Albert, A, B, and the A. So when is Cheryl's birthday is?
Teacher, is something wrong with the question?
No, no, no. Nothing wrong. Okay, Ara, let's just think together. Okay. Number one, it says that, let's say it says JAS to A, all right? The first one. It says, I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but I know that Bernard does not know too. Okay. But from the first one, what can we understand? That's the thing about the folks on the first one. It
Nothing.
says that if he says, for example, July, right? And July, he has 14 and 16, two possible answers. August, like said 12, 13, 15. And September, 12, 16, 17. And October, it is 15, 17, right? Anyway, if he says, for example, let's say uh, July, okay, it's 14 or 16, how he knows that? Right? August is 12, 13, or 15. We don't know. And also, actually, it's September. And after the Bernard says that at first, I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is. But now I know. Right? Because here, if he says, look, from the second one, when Bernard cannot know his birthday, if she says 12, A and S has 12, she cannot know, right? If she says 15, also 15 in August and October, he cannot know. 16, also he cannot know. And 17, he cannot know, right? So that means that one thing is, Arad, if he says that my birthday was 14th, he would know his birthday, right? It will be in July because only we have 14. So that means that his birthday is not in July. And if he says 13, also we have only one 13. At that time also this B could know his birth date, right? And again, actually, this cannot be the answer. All right. Now we have only two possible answers. All right. So it is, see, that means that the C told one of these dates, either 12 and 16, 17, maybe 15, 17. Okay. But now at first, I didn't know when Chelsea's birthday is, but now I know. That means that actually it is not here. All right. And also if he doesn't know that, that means that it is SO, right? It is we have 2 months because maybe he's at September or October. Now he's saying that I know because it should be September, right? No, it should be in October. Why is it so? Because when A cannot know this, we have two possibilities, right? And why he's saying that I know his birthday, if his birthday was in September, right? We have two possibilities. Maybe she was born on 12 or 16. And October, we have
Or
only one
17.
possibility, right? We have only 15. And now that
Te-
says that then I also know when Charles' birthday is. Now I know he's saying that then he was born in October 15. Yes, Arat.
Teacher, but you said that in September there is 12 and 16, but there is also 16 as well.
What?
1 second. You said that there is in September we have 12 and 16, but you forgot to say 17.
No. Arat here is saying that the second one, at first, I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is, right? But now I know, right? So that means that here, if when he can know when he can know his birthday, actually, if it is 17, the September has 17, October has 17. He cannot know this, right? For sure.
Yes.
You understand? And
Mm,
Bernard knows this, right? And also, actually, if Albert knows that it is one of the month, if he says September 12 or 16, also he cannot know this, right? And here Bernard is saying that, look, Bernard is saying that at first I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but now I know. That means that it's not in September. We have only one choices left in October. And now Albert saying that, if he knows, that means that he's implying to this number. Also, I know, because he know he was confused, maybe September, October. Now here 12 and 16, we have two possibilities. October, we have only one. So he can, it's not possible that he was born in September, because in September we have two different possibilities, 12 and 16. But to be 100% sure that they know the answer, right? They know her birthday, it must be October 15. Anyway, Arad, actually, you need to read again, think again. Actually, if you just understand from these sentences, actually, they're implying that to October 15, right? The first sentence, we can just actually use using the first sentence. I can just cross out the first one and second one, July and August. And but at first I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but now I know. That means that here we have 12, 16, and the 15. It must be 15, right? Because here, uh, and then I also know when Cheryl's birthday is. That means that he's implying to this, because there's only one number 15 here. And if it was September, Bernard cannot say this sentence. Why? Because here we have two possibilities, right? 12 and 16. How can he be sure that he know his birthday? We have two possible answers. He cannot know this. But when you look on October, only one number is left, right? That's why he's 100% sure that he's saying that he knows his her birthday. Anyway, Arat, maybe this kind of questions, okay, when we explain or when we just listen from somebody else, it may look a bit confusing. When you read the sentence slowly, okay, one by one, for every sentence, think you can get the answer very quickly. It's not so complicated problem. Okay, when you have free time, and try to solve this question again. Still, if you didn't get the point, we can discuss this question again. Okay, now let's finish this, because we spent too much time on this. Narmin, did you understand anything? Okay, let's continue. I think maybe she has internet connection problem. The last question. Find the last digit of 1 to the power of 2015, 2 to the power of 2015, 3 to the power of 2015, and 2015 to the power of 2015. Arad, let me ask you. Just tell me the idea. What do you think? How do we calculate it? If you have idea. If you need some time, you can think. I can give you 2 minutes.
I have
Okay.
idea.
What is it? How do we find this?
What happened? And firstly, we take that from till 1 till 9, we get like 2015. Like firstly, 1 would be 2015 itself. Then 2 to the power of that number, we will find a pattern. Like every 8 number, the last digit would be the same. Like 2 to the power of 2 is the last digit is 4, and 2 to the power of 10, the last digit is 4. So there is pattern. We find it till 9. Then we have a collection. Now that then we repeat it as much as till 2015.
What? I didn't get anything. What are you talking about? Are you saying that first we need to group these numbers, like in tens or
1 till
nines?
9.
Okay, let's do this Arab together. If we have different idea, then we can discuss this. Okay. So I think we are talking about the same thing, all right? Because one by one, or we cannot do this. And again, I'm just going to use this thing, all right? If you remember, we talked about this before. if n is odd number, okay, if n is odd number, and if you are given this one, a plus b to the power of n, actually is equal to, what is it, a plus b times, here we have something, right? That's something, I always can factorize like this, a plus b times something. And let me just write here that something by some natural number n, because here we have the sum of the products of the powers of a and b, right? A lot. But anyway, if you just multiply them, we get some natural number. Okay. So, and also here, since they are asking the last digits, we know that the powers of 10, the last digit is always 0. I can also exclude all the powers of 10. Like powers of 10 means, not powers of 10, let's say multiples of 10, like 10 to the power of something, 20, 30. So now, as you said, let me just group them like this. 1 to the power of 2015 plus 2 to the power of 2015 plus 3 to the power of 2015 plus dot dot plus 9 to the power of 2015. Okay. And until here, we have 1 to the power of 2015 plus dot dot plus 9 to the power of 2015. Okay. So how many groups do we have here? From starting from 1 to 2000, right? 2010. Even 2000 or 2010, let's say, how many? Here we have 201, right? 201 groups do we have. And here still we have 1 to 5. So here we have the last row is 1 to the power of 2015, 2 to the power of 2015, 3 to the power of 2015, and 4 to the power of 2015, and 5 to the power of 2015. Okay. Okay, is everything clear until here?
No.
We have what? Yes or no?
In
What is
the
not
in
clear?
the right corner. 1 second. I don't send this part.
You mean this one?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Arad, not like this. You are right. Actually, it's not. It's, of course, always possible if you have a plus b to the power of n. Always possible. I'm talking about this one. Okay.
Now it is a to the power of n plus b to the power of n is equal to a plus b to the power of n.
What?
Uh, Can you explain this? I don't understand. 1 second. This part.
Yeah, this one, for example, just simple example. For example, a plus b is okay, right? For example, before I explain one more time, for example, if you have a cubed plus b cubed, what is it? Is equal to a plus b, right? A squared plus ab. Actually, this minus here.
Ah, understood.
Okay, because when it
Yes.
is odd, always you can write this in this form. So this one, actually, this is just sum or difference of some number. That's a positive integer. I'm just labeling this by n. So I can just write this a plus b times some natural number n, or whole number n. Okay, when n is odd, is always is possible. We can write this. We can prove this, but now let's not prove this right now because we are preparing for Sasmo. In Sasmo, they don't ask any proof questions. Okay, you should not know and solve it. So proof is also not complicated, very simple. Anyway, I'm just using this. All right, if it is clear, let's continue. Okay, and so I'm going to use the one here. Here we have 201 groups. And this one is what we have here. If we just group them, 1 with 9, 2 with 8, 3 with 7. At the time here, we know that, for example, just write let me just write only one of them here. So here we have 1 to the power of 2015 plus 9 to the power of 2015. By this, right, I can just write it as 10 times some number n1. And also here we have 2 to the power of 2015 plus 8 to the power of 2015. And 2 plus 8 is 10. I can just write this 10 times some whole number or natural number n and 2. Right? Also for 3, 2015 plus 7, 2015. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 times n 3. And also 4, right? And here we have 6 2 to the power 6 to the power of 2015. 4 plus 6 is 10. So I can write this 10 times some natural number. And what is that here? Actually, 5 doesn't have any pair, right? But we
5
know the
prompt.
5 to the power of 2015, and the last digit is always 5. But other numbers, all digits are 0, 0, 0. So that means that actually, if you just add this together, the last digit will be 5. And how many 5s do we have here? 201. And 201 times 5, again, the last digit is 5. So that means that the whole thing, right, the last digit will be 5. Now, next thing is, again, I can immediately also delete this one because the last digit is 5. With this 5, it is 0. So only I need to evaluate this one. What are the last digits of these numbers and add them up together, and we will see the last digit of this number. Anyway, let's just continue quickly. And this one, we know that the last digit is 1. Okay. And also this one, for example, 4. Let's just do the easiest one first, and after that we will do it soon. 4 2015, right? And I can write it as 2 squared to the power of 1007, that is 2014, and times 4. And here 4 squared is 16. The last digit is 6. 6 to the power of anything, the last digit always will be 6. And here we have 4 times 6. So the last digit is 6. And how about for 3? For 3, 3 to the power of 4. And here we have 503. That is 2012. And here we have 3 to the power of cube, right? And 3 to the power of 4, that's 81. 81 to the power of anything, the last digit is 1. And 3 cubed, 27. So the last digit is 7. Okay. And how about this 2? 2 to the power of 15, that's equal to, what is it? It is 8. How do we know that? Again, we know that actually 2 to the power of 4, let me just do it here. 2 to the power of 4 again. Here we have 4 times 503 times, we have 3 more, right? 2 cubed, because 500, 2012 plus 3, 2015. And 2 to the power of 4 is 16. The last digit is 6. 6 to the power of anything, the last digit will be 6. And 2 cubed, that is 8. 8 times 6, so the last digit will be 8. So now if you add them here, let me just
Teacher,
add them, the last step in using green. The
can I
last
ask
digit
a
of
question?
1, it is 1. 2, it is 8. And 3, it is 7. And 4, it is 6. And 5 actually is 0. That's equal to 9, 16, 22. Is it? 9, 16, 22.
Teacher, I don't understand one thing.
Huh?
In here, the last digit would be 6. Then you times it by 4, the last digit would
Oh,
be 4.
24. That's right. It's 24. So this should be 4, right? So at the time, this will be 20.
15. Oh,
So the last digit is 0. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
okay.
That's it. Actually, I don't know, Arad, if you can solve in a faster way, or if you have different method, you can share with us. Okay. And last time you were going to solve one question, send it to us, but you didn't do that. Right. Maybe you were busy. What was it about?
It was geometry.
Geometry. Is it from here?
No. Can I just show it because I always forget after the
Mhm.
class?
Okay. All right, let's finish this. Okay, let's not discuss this now. First, if you forget, maybe in different time we'll discuss. What was the question? Just tell me the question. What was it about?
It was about the shape. We have to find one side.
One side?
It gave two sides. It had four sides. We have to. It gives two of them. We have to find the other one.
Um, Interesting. Okay. Ara, please just write it first. Okay. Let me see. And after that, we'll discuss. Because if you are not ready, if you are not prepared, I don't want to because sometimes if you're not prepared, it is taking a lot of time. That's why send it to me. If it is nice, then I will prepare nicely and present to others and share in this way. So now, guys, I'm going to ask you 2 3 questions, okay, related to speed rate ratio. And Javed, Narmin, Arat, you try those questions because we are solving Sasmo questions a lot. I can start, but only we have 15 minutes left. We will start new paper next time, okay? If you want, we can start now. I don't know. We have 15 minutes. Where are we now? Let me see. It is 2015 S3. Okay. All right. Just I will ask you one question then. We will continue then. But I will give you only 5 minutes to solve the question. Let's solve some a little bit different question. It's also Sasmo's question, but you need to think. Because I asked this to a lot of questions they couldn't solve, and I wonder you can solve this or not. Very simple question, actually. Javid, can you read the question first?
Yeah. Ahmed and Kumar together can paint a house in 12 days. Kumar and Karim together can complete the same job in 15 days, while Ahmed and Karim together will take 20 days to paint the same house. How many days will it take Ahmed, Kumar, and Karim to complete the job together?
That's a question, okay? No explanation. And suppose that now you are sitting in Sasmo. If you have this question, can you solve this? You have 4 minutes, okay? That's just a speed rate ratio problem. And after that, we will see. If you solve this, you will get 100 points. If you cannot, 0.
Is
4
the
minutes
answer,
and 30 seconds.
teacher, is the answer 5?
I don't know the answer, Arad. If your answer is 5, you can just write it to the chat box, okay? I can tell you the answer. This is 5 or not.
No, I will change it. I will change.
Your answer is not correct.
No, teacher, I said I will change it.
Okay. Javid, are you solving or still thinking?
I'm thinking.
Thinking?
Yes.
Really? You didn't write anything yet?
I'm writing, and if it doesn't work, I again see.
How are you writing? How did you write your equation for the first one, for example? Ahmed and Kumar together can paint the house in 12 days. What is the equation for that?
And x plus y equal to 12.
Okay, let's see, Arad. Arad, you have 18 seconds.
Teacher, I found the equation, but I don't know how to solve it.
What is the equation?
Can I write it? No,
Yes.
not write. 1 over x plus 1 over y is equal to 1 over 12. 1 over y plus 1 over z is equal to 1 over 15. 1 over x plus 1 over z is equal to 1 over 20.
Okay.
Then I'm trying to find I'm trying to find z here. Then substitute it in 1 over x plus 1 over y.
Actually, if you solve this, then you don't know, I think, what you're trying to find here. What are you trying to find here, Arad?
And now z.
No,
We
that's wrong,
create
actually. You don't have to, sometimes you don't have to find the individual value of the unknowns here. But actually, anyway, your question is
not
correct.
individual. I
Huh?
want to find in terms of x and y.
So actually, that's, you don't have to find it. I mean, why do you want to find this, Arad? Why?
Then to
Because here,
substitute
the question is, how many days, right? How many days will it take Ahmad, Kumar, and Karim to complete the same job? What do they mean by this? Let's say job means that maybe, let's say they are going to paint a kind of, okay, already the question is painting the house, right? And certain square meter, all right, meter squared. Yes, Arad.
can you give 2 more minutes?
2 more minutes.
1 more. And 30 seconds.
Okay, I give you 1 minute. The last minute.
Okay.
Continue. Exactly 1 minute. Starts now.
Is it 10 days?
Yes,
Finally.
it is 10 days. Good, Arad. So, I don't know, actually, a lot of students, they struggle if they didn't practice this kind of questions much. But the idea is very simple. Here, suppose that actually we are talking about painting a house, and we are talking about two different people. Here we have Ahmad, Karim, and Kumar and Karim. Okay, let's say Ahmad's speed is, I mean, the rate of painting the house is, let's say it is R1. Karim's is R2, and this one is R3, right? So that means that actually this, when the Ahmad and Karim work together, they can paint the house in 12 days. What does it mean? They can paint the house means 8 meters square, right? Working together. So we need to add their rates R1 plus R2. And it takes how many days? 12 days. Actually, I need to write this in front. Anyway, let me just write here. All right. And why we are adding this? Because in 12 days, Ahmad actually can paint 12 times R1 square meters of the wall, and the second guy 12 times R2 square meter. It's like a distance speed time relationship, right? So the second one is the same job, right? If Kumar and Karim work together, they can paint the same job in 15 days. So that means they work together means we are adding their work power, right? That's R2 plus R3. They can paint it in 15 days. And if Ahmad and Karim work together, That means Ahmed and Karim, that is R1 plus R3. It takes how many days? 20 days. Now, what is the question? The question is, how many days will it take Ahmed, Kumar, and Karim to complete the job together? That means that if they work together, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. If they work together, how long does it take? T, right? Let's say it takes T days. The question is, we need to find T from here, right? So now, as see here from here, if you just divide the first equation by 12, the second one by 15, the third one by 20, then we will get R1 plus R2 is equal to A over 12, R2 plus R3, that's equal to A over 15, and R1 plus R3, A over 20, right? So now what we have to find here is T is equal to A over R1 plus R2 plus R3. We need to find this. So now from here, if you just add them together, here we have R1, R1, R2, R2. So here we have 2 times R1 plus R2 plus R3. On the right hand side, I have A times 1 over 12 plus 1 over 15 plus 1 over 20. Now, if I just take this R1 plus R2 to the right hand side, 1 over 12, 1 over 15, 1 over 20 to the left hand side, what do we have here? Here we have 2 over 1 over 12 plus 1 over 15 plus 1 over 20. That's equal to A over R1 plus R2 plus R3, which is equal to actually T, right? And if you just multiply this fraction, numerator and denominator by 60, I will have here 2 times 60, and 60 times 1 over 12, that's equal to 5. 60 times 1 over 15, that's equal to 4. 60 times 1 over 20, that's equal to 3. It is 912, right? That's equal to 10. That means that if they work all together, they can complete the same job in only 10 days.
Teacher, I have another way. It is a little bit easier. The idea is the same, but it is easier.
Yeah, actually, Arat, you are just using the formula. As you see here, simply, how do I find this, right? Actually, here, you're just dividing maybe 2 by 1 over 12, 1 over 15, and that's the formula. If you don't know the formula, for example, you have just idea, how do you solve this? I explained here. And of
No,
course,
I didn't.
knowing this idea, Arat, when you're in the exam, you don't have to solve like this.
I
Yes, Arat, you
didn't
can tell me. Just tell
introduce.
me, yes. What is it?
I didn't introduce T and A. Instead, I did in another way.
What
I
is it?
did like as I said, I had three equations: one plus 1/x plus 1/y is equal to 1/12. I had this. Then I added all of them. Then at the right side, I got 1/5. At the left side, I got like some number like this. Then I divided by 2, it got 1 over
Okay, Arad, I
10.
understand. But here in those equations, actually, if somebody looks at the equation, they may not understand anything. But here I'm explaining what is, how should we understand the problem, okay? What's going on here? And these are the rates. For example, by R1, what do we mean by this? For example, let's say A, right, the first guy, that means that actually this, for example, it takes 12 times R1. He can complete some part of the job, right? What do we mean by this? This one is 12 days, right? And what is R1? R1 is, let's say, X times, what is it? Meters squared per day. Okay. And the rate times, actually this one is rate times time. It gives us here the completed job. Uh, Again, Arad, actually, in your question, if you just simplify and cancel them out, you will get the same thing. As see here, here we have 1 over x, the other one is 1 over x, 1 over y, 1 over z. Anyway, Arad, actually, you may know this, but here, when you are explaining, you have to explain in detail. For example, myself, if I'm taking the exam, okay, of course, I don't write everything like this. Maybe one or steps, I can do some calculation mentally and just write the numbers. I can do this like you. Okay, but here, I try to explain in details what we mean here, how should we understand the problem. That's why. Anyway, Thank you very much, Arad. If you don't forget, okay, do the question and take a picture, send it to me right now after the class, and I will meet you on Friday. Okay, Javid, Arad, if you have any questions, if you need more questions, let me know. Okay, I will just drop in the WhatsApp and practice. If you practice beforehand, we will go much faster. We have only 4 weeks left. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. See you on Friday.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.